So it's chapter number 31, and topic that we discuss in parts many times. Right, so it says treatment of illness and injury. So about what pills, who can take pills, who cannot take pills, like bandages, this and that, all this medicine, about cream, right, all these things. Okay, so part number 1, doing Melachah, or providing medication for an ill person. Okay, there is dispute among the poskim whether a melachas that are normally permitted for the sake of a hell nefesh may be done to fulfill the special needs of ill person whose life is not threatening. Okay, I'm not going to explain. He's going to explain in part 2 about the. Let me just quickly say, because I think it will be very beneficial. So 4 categories of sick people. We're going to return, but just so we have a basic idea. So sick person whose life is in danger. So that's it. The person has a heart attack. Somebody, I don't know, giving birth, whatever, right? So like life in danger. So you're allowed to do anything for that person. Second, a sick person whose life is not in danger. So, but he has some ailment. I don't know, like bedridden, maybe fever, like somebody has a flu. Of course, people die from the flu, but only from complication after the flu. So don't, right? But life is not in danger, right? And third category, localized ailment that causes discomfort. Somebody's have a headache. Right, headache or severe headache, even not severe headache, just headache, discomfort, like pain in the arm, in like I don't know, like stomach pain or something. Okay, so it's third category. And fourth category, a minor ailment that causes little or no pain. Maybe toothache. I mean, it's annoying or this and that. I mean, but you can say or it's. I got a paper cut just recently from a cardboard. So it's actually it's such a painful thing, right? This paper this paper cut, like it's unbelievable, right? Do you need to go to the doctor? Do you need to take medicine? No, like it's annoying, but technically we can survive. So it's a fourth category. So now we're going to go back, right? So. It's good that I saw that it's the next chapter. 1 second. So let's do the sentence one more time. There is dispute among the poskim whether the melachas that are normally permitted for the sake of a hell nefesh. So a hell nefesh, what person needs to eat, right? Need may be done to fulfill the special needs of an ill person whose illness are not life-threatening. Right, so meaning maybe in a second category, and in the second category. I think we're talking about the second category here, meaning life is not in danger. Okay, and of course we're not talking about cooking, because if you can cook for yourself, for your family, so needless to say, you can cook for that person. And we're talking about Yom Tov only. Shabbos a little different, a lot different. Okay. Right, so what are we talking about? The basis of this dispute, is a rule that there are melachas that are permitted only for the sake of this sick person. Okay, and a necessity common for the most people. Like with all of these things that we said. For example, they're taking a shower, like a complete shower. We said it's not necessity for all people. Or we said smoking, right? Smoking also, some people smoke, maybe in some countries many people smoke, but in Israel I was surprised, like a lot of people smoke. I mean, like we got like past that a long time ago. Like even that, I mean, maybe in places where cigarettes are cheaper, people smoke more, but where I live, it's like very expensive. I think like the last I saw like advertised like $24 a pack. To be a very rich person, right, to afford this. I think the government is doing very well with like suppressing smokes. I mean, people smoke, but not as much. $24 a pack. It's a lot of money. Okay, so continue. Some poskim state that since most people are not ill, right? So meaning it's not needed. The special need of ill person cannot be considered common to most people. Right? What is it? Shavel chol nefesh. Common for most people. So it is not common because most people are not ill, so it's not common to all people. Okay. Others contend that recuperating from illness is a need that is common for all people, and whatever must be done to effect the recuperation is therefore considered what is shavel lechol nefesh. It is considered the need of all people. So I mean, when our sages argue about something in disagreement, and when you see one side, right, and we see another side, so who is right? Exactly, both of them are right, and we don't stick in our opinion because you see, one opinion says, yeah, most people are not sick, right? And it is true. But second opinion says that, yeah, they're not sick, but we're not trying to make it more sick, right? But we're trying to recover, and recover is common for all people. All people wants to be healthy. It doesn't matter, like a person is dying, they want to be healthy, or a person not like a normal person, 20 years old, everything is working for them. They also want to be healthy. So it's need for common for all people. Okay, they're running 5 miles every day. Okay, so continue. The same dispute pertains to the use of medication. Use of medication. The sages prohibited using medication for a minor ailment on Shabbos. So as last category, fourth category on Shabbos. See below definition of minor ailment. So we're going to get to it. Before we continue, why medication are not allowed? Because we have one of the melachas grinding, right? And even until today, the emblem of the pharmacy is what is it? This bowl, right, and a pestle, and that's how they would grind all of the herbs, right? To make the powder, that's it, right? So, and this that doesn't matter. Of course, you're not grind the herbs. You have all of the pills, and nobody does anything in the pharmacy. So I saw what they do in the pharmacy. They get like a wholesale, like big containers, and for example they need to give you like 3 months supply. So they put it in a scale or something like they have all the equipment, and that's it. And they put their own bottle. Put a sticker, and that's it, right? Nobody does anything. Like they God forbid, like in olden days, yeah, you would go to this pharmacy, and the pharmacist would weigh on the tiny these scales, precise mixture, this and that. So but it was a long time ago, right? Nobody does that, right? But still, that doesn't matter. Even the technology changed; it does not make any difference. The law is the law, so, but there is some leniency, right? As we're going to see, this leniency. Why? We're going to see why. Those who consider the needs of ill person is to be shavel chol nefesh. Meaning that it needs for most of the people, meaning to recover. Hold that the medication may be used on Yom Tov in all cases. On Shabbos, I don't think so. But at least this opinion said that in all cases you can use the medication. So technically, if you can hold, right, like if you're okay to not okay to take medication, it's fine. But somebody have a migraine or something, like they cannot. It's too much. Like they cannot withstand it. So of course they can take the medication because it drives them crazy. Okay. Those who take opposite view hold that the prohibition against medication applies on Yom Tov just on Shabbos. Okay, so on Shabbos everybody agree. Okay. No. I don't want to say everybody agree. Those who take opposite view, meaning that it's not common for all of the people to be sick, right? Hold that the prohibition against medication applies on Yom Tov, just on Shabbos. Okay, on Shabbos we don't take, at least in the first three categories. In the first category for sure. Every day in the second category, when life is not in danger, it's depends. Okay. So, for example, if somebody taking medication, for example, if somebody is taking what's the antibiotics, and they say the doctor says 7 days or 10 days, 3 days, whatever days, doesn't matter. Whatever they say days, so you must take. You don't break on Shabbos, right? So all of this same with somebody have a high blood pressure, right, or like a thick blood or something, like they need to take the medication daily, twice. You must take it because you're endangering your life. You're not allowed to. Okay. But we're talking about here more about people who just sick temporarily. Okay. The final ruling in this matter is that abide by the stricter view. Okay. So meaning that we don't take. But since there is a lenient opinion, so we're going to see how we can use it as well. Thus Melachah may not be done to fulfill special needs for of ill person whose illness is not life-threatening. So what does it tell us? All of the only first category whose life is in danger, for them we can do, for others we cannot. There is exceptions, but continue. And minor ailment may not treat it with medication on Yom Tov. Okay. However, the restriction against Melachah means only that it is prohibited to do Melachah to fulfill the needs that are unique to ill people, such as carrying medication through the public domain. Okay, so it's very interesting. One of the permissions that we have on Yom Tov, as we said in the beginning, that we are allowed to carry things, whatever we need for Yom Tov, through the public domain, even they don't have Eruv, right? But here, since it is not common for all of the people, so to carry medication, so they say not. With regard to the basic necessities, such as food, an ill person is obviously no less entitled to the dispensation of Chol Nefesh as a healthy person. Meaning, if you need to cook special food for that ill person, there is no problem whatsoever. As we said, it logically, if needless to say. There are many further details concerning the treatment of the illness on Yom Tov. These laws are very similar to the laws pertaining to Shabbos and will be presented in synopsis. Okay, so they're going to present the synopsis, but we're going to add and explain BeEzrat HaShem of halachas here. However, we shall see below that the second day of Yom Tov is treated more leniently in regard to this matter. So first day of Yom Tov, as we said, it's biblical for sure. We know, right? Since the calendar was established. But the second day of Yom Tov, as we said, it's prohibited. It is not prohibited. It's a rabbinic decree. 1 second. Turn it off. Sorry. It is a rabbinic decree. That's why he said that there is some leniency. Significantly, the restriction against taking medication for minor ailment does not apply on the second day of Yom Tov, except Rosh Hashanah. So one more time, significantly, the restriction against taking medication for minor illness. So it's like second two categories, or at least the last one. So it does not apply on the second day and. Besides Rosh Hashanah. What is Rosh Hashanah? Rosh Hashanah, as we said, it's one long day. It's like, of course, it's 2 days, but we consider one 48 hours day. So even though the second day is, as we know, like it's a rabbinical one, but we keep it everywhere in exile and in Eretz Israel. Okay, so we can stop here. Guess we did part 1, introduction.